You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sports Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What up?
Back in the building.
Back in the building, man. Back to work.
Coach Like, what it do, Coach Line?
What up, fellas? What's up? Y'all all right?
Yeah, dog.
What up, Coach? Got your Peter Ward on today.
Yeah, man.
Peter Ward.
The great.
Sure.
The
great Peter Ward.
Put that word in front of that name.
Best receiver come through?
Do what?
Florida State.
Facts.
Yeah, in college, for sure.
It ain't even question.
In college.
It ain't no question.
Yeah, that's not even close. Cameraman, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Yeah, it is. Just one thumb today?
One thumb?
Okay, cool.
We got two.
It might turn to two thumbs later.
Uh-oh.
No?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Never? Okay.
Rough day cameraman.
Man, he ain't not feeling too
been a
good
little
today.
spicy all morning. He kicked it off spicy. Yeah, sure. Had a rough morning. I see. It's all good. Episode 277 of the Full Sport Press podcast. We are choosing destination spots for the top NBA free agents.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better them know it.
Better than believe it.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's
back.
Hey.
He's back.
He's back.
I had to it.
He's back.
Let's kick it off. Best of the week, Weez. What's your best of the week, buddy?
Best of the week, man. Baby girl here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah.
Hero.
Hey.
Yeah, man. It's a good feeling, though, man.
What else? Old school. What else?
Good feeling, though, man. Can't explain it. Just a great thing,
That's
man.
what's up, man. Congratulations.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all, man.
Most
Appreciate it.
Definitely. We got to get a FSP onesie, man.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
She ready.
Jeff, what's your best of the week, buddy?
Oh, man, it's WWE related, man. Shout out to Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff getting their jobs back. Paul Heyman taking over as the executive director of Raw. Eric Bischoff taking over SmackDown, which means AEW is on their head, and they need to make changes because the ratings was down.
Yeah.
So it's going to help out the sport a little bit.
Most
So,
definitely.
At least you know AEW doing something right.
Right. Big
Coach.
changes.
What's your best of the week?
Man, free agency is here.
Yeah.
You know, it's always good to see these moves made in the NBA.
Sure.
There's a lot of them to be made.
Most definitely. Over 200 free agents.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
That's a lot.
That's the way the contracts fall.
Yeah,
Hey.
check that up, for sure.
Somebody finna get paid.
Most
A
definitely.
lot of people about to get paid.
My best of the week is Shaka Khan coming out and confirming what I've been saying 15 plus years. That Stephen Wonder is in fact not 100% blind. He's a fraud. He's a scammer. A great musical artist, a genius at best, but at the same time, he can see exactly what's going on. Man, come on. This is when you get a little older, the world confirms things, and is we've seen when you get a little older, you make sure that you tell the truth. You speak your truth.
Yeah.
Shaka wasn't lying. And I've been trying to say it, but whatever.
Hey, man, you need to stop that.
Nah, I'm on that hill.
So you're listening. I put this in the group chat.
Sure.
You're listening to a woman that said that Through the Wire was terrible by Kanye.
You gotta realize too, Coach.
That's her work.
She's old.
Yeah.
So she's hearing her shit sped up.
Oh my
She don't
God,
want to hear
man.
that.
Yeah.
She thinks it's trash, but she doesn't realize that is one of the best songs of his entire catalog.
She's trolling, bro.
No, she's not trolling.
She's trolling,
That
man.
lady, she's speaking her truth.
As my grandmother would say, she's trying to talk her way into heaven. As she getting older, she's trying to tell her the truth. That's it.
That's it.
Nah, man.
Let's take a consensus. Do you believe Stevie Wonder can see? Weezy.
I've always thought Stevie Wonder could sing.
I'm on the fence. I'm 50-50.
Stevie blind.
Ray was blind.
Ray was blind.
Ray-
He saw the he
Ray
saw the
blind.
scam and said, "You know what? I'm very talented, but I got a little vision problem.
Yeah.
I think I can milk this.
Yeah.
So you saying he's just legally blind?
Legally blind.
Legally blind. Like, he not gonna drive no car.
Hell no.
But he ain't
guess
falling down
what?
them steps if you put him in the
He
room.
know what Rihanna look like.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let's move on.
Let's
man.
move on.
Let's go, man. Make sure you check us out.
Now
on
we gotta do our worst.
Oh,
week,
you right.
Coach.
God, I'm so discombobulated. I don't put Stevie's dick on the seat.
We got Coach messed up, man. You don't like it. Coach don't like
We
it.
don't like talking about the musical genius. What's your worst of the week, Joe?
Gilbert Arenas, man, missing out on week 1 of the Big 3 for whatever reason.
What was that? I was looking for you. What was that about?
You tell me.
See,
He didn't play.
He
today?
didn't play. He didn't play week 1.
He gonna play- he gonna play
He
this
didn't
weekend,
play
though.
this week.
Okay.
He didn't play week 1.
Damn.
come on, Gilbert.
You know.
He be
Saying.
all right. Now watch what he
That's
do.
your man.
That's my guy.
I was just
Bet he had 30.
I'm sure he will.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to go to 36.
Ain't no way he gonna hit
Joe
30.
Johnson had 24
Yeah, you
in
can
his
get,
first game. You can get 30.
It go to like
50.
Oh, it does go to
Yeah,
50.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, he might have 30.
Ain't no question
he
he
can
gonna
hit
have.
30.
He might get 30.
What about yours, Coach?
Man, a 65-year-old homeless Timothy
Coach.
Johnson.
Come on, Coach.
The man is not dead.
Okay,
Jesus.
I said it's 3 weeks in a row, Coach.
I listen to the consensus.
Okay.
There's no death involved.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesus. 65-year-old homeless Timothy Donahue asked a woman walking downtown Nashville on her lunch break for money. When she tells him no, he slaps her open-handed and pushes her into traffic near the intersection of 5th Avenue and Union Street downtown.
Coach,
Was this better?
She didn't die. She didn't even get hit.
That's the last he did that.
She didn't die, huh, Coach? She here, ain't she?
Hey man,
She here.
she's here to tell her story.
Right.
Hey man,
That's the worst thing you heard together, Coach.
I tell you what, y'all go down the street and let one of them homeless people slap y'all, put you on traffic, see how you feel.
It's a horrible thing.
Ain't that what
That's the worst thing. That's the worst of the week for
You're
Coach.
right. You're right, man.
Y'all want me to get in and say the worst of the week is somebody lost $5?
your worst of the week, man. Complete downers, dog.
The worst of
You
the
see the
week.
room said, "Oh man!" As soon as you start talking,
Homeless man, Timothy.
come on. My worst of the week, Andre Iguodala's on his book tour.
Yeah.
So he told a great story about Kyle Korver. They both played together. I think this was in Philly. And Iggy was talking about they got their first check, and he was talking about who he's taking care of. He's taking care of his mother, his brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. And Kyle Korver was really perplexed as to, he was like, so what do you mean you're taking care of them? And Iggy was like, dude, I take care of them like every day, like day to day. I pay for their livelihood.
Right.
And Kyle Korver was thrown off because he was like, what? Like, why do you take care of them?
Right.
Baffled.
And Iggy was like, because they're my family. He's like, you don't do anything for your mom and dad? He's like, no, I don't do anything for my mom. Like, he doesn't take care of them day to day.
Right.
He doesn't pay their bills.
No. So in turn, Iggy was talking about the pressure that it is for a black athlete growing up, single parent household, whatever the case may be, coming from different situations than Kyle Korver's in. And he said, every time he was shooting a basketball, he was thinking, I have to take care. Oh man, if I miss this shot, I don't take care of X, Y, and Z. So in turn, it's a lot of pressure, and a lot of people are putting pressure on kids to achieve some type of stardom to take care of the family, and in turn, it's making the job that they do every day a lot harder.
Yeah, stressful.
Kyle Korver said he went out there and he was just playing basketball.
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala is playing for an entire
for a
family.
family.
Yeah,
Right.
man. That's definitely my worst of the week. So
Wow.
let these kids be kids, man, and let them
Enjoy their
enjoy
moment.
not even necessarily their money, but enjoy this because it's something that they work their lives off of, their entire livelihood to get to this point. Don't put any pressure on them to the point where they have to think that they're gonna have to. If they don't make a shot, that their family is dependent on it.
But you know what's kind of dope about that, though, not to dwell on this too long, is like the fact that he's putting that in a book and he's
man.
articulated it like that. Like, because we can sit here and say stuff like that all the time,
Right.
But you can choose not to listen to that. But somebody putting it out there like that and going on a book tour and expressing what's going on, it's just another way for that type of message to be seen. Like, these are different backgrounds people coming from.
Totally different, man.
And really, and somebody like Kyle Korver investing in it and looking at it like, dang, I never even thought about it like
Never
that.
even thought of it.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
crazy.
That's a really good interview too, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Big boy interview.
All right, make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, IG, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and last but not least, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. How do you do that? You search Full Sport Press Podcast. And make sure you check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown, Spike Lee, and the producer M Extra on the boards every Wednesday. This week's episode is a 2019 XXL freshman class episode.
Sure.
Did y'all check that out?
Really good episode. Shout out to the guys. Here's the thing about the XXL freshmen. And I think they have a big concert, I think July 22nd in New York.
Yeah.
They have to capitalize off of this actual run that they had.
Okay.
So in turn, a lot of these people, these were shoo-ins. But I think they should have put a little bit more, some of the women Could have been, some good people that they left off. And some people definitely turn it down. Jeff, you're a big hip hop person. Why do you think that some people actually turn down the opportunity to do this?
You're bigger than it. Like
already?
Yeah, you don't because
Who's bigger than this?
I remember Plies, even though he did do it,
Yeah.
but this back when one of the first few times they did it, Plies was like, I don't want to be grouped in with this group of people always associated with them. Not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, depending on how you look at it. But if you think about it, someone like Lil Baby right now, it kind of brings you back to your starting point when you're so far past your starting point now. It's like, I moved on from this. Like, give me the year before I blow up, not the year as I am blowing up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So they don't feel that it's going to reach an audience that they haven't already reached.
Exactly.
Who do you think is bigger than this?
Good Baby.
That's why he
Baby.
turned it down.
That's why he turned it down.
I think. Well, I don't have any proof to say he turned it down, but I'm pretty sure he was one of the first people that reached out to him. And he said, "Nah."
Anybody on that list you think is bigger than that?
No.
That's on it right now.
Yeah.
Not right now, but I think Meg is gonna look back on it like saying, "I didn't really need that."
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a pick on any of these?
Just like
this is your guys.
Just gonna blow.
I like my guy's Roddy Rich.
I like a lot of people on this list. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is the first time in years I can say, I know who that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Usually like last 3 or 4 years, like okay.
Yeah, I'm so washed.
Yeah.
If I look at the cover, I can't pick who's who.
Right.
Without like the name wasn't on it.
Right.
I would be like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. It's probably about maybe 5, 6 that I can say, okay, I know who that is. I know their name. I know their name. Some of them I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But I'm washed though. As far as that, in that area.
Last time I picked the freshman top 12 was Lil Uzi Vert. He don't even make music no more.
Yeah, you do. He just signed Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Coming out with an album this year. Yeah. Anyway.
Boys are back. Make sure you get that out of here.
Yeah, I got you. And now cameraman might not. You too. Yeah, sure. The boys are back. 3 different podcasts, one mashup show to kick off spring 2019, featuring Full Sport Press, On Deck TV, and Fresh for Dummies. We discuss 3 sports topics, 3 hip hop topics, and 3 fashion topics. Support the real, most definitely. Fresh for Dummies. Before we do that, me and my dog Animal Brown, a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Catch our latest issue number 48, should be up right now as you listen to this. Directly for the culture, follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies and simply search Fresh for Dummies on all of your social media handles. Wear your kicks, cop responsibly. Big announcement coming soon, so stay tuned.
How'd y'all feel? Fresh with Dumbest question. How'd y'all feel about Khaled's white suit in the off-white forces he had on the BET Awards?
Khaled, man, he sticks to the script. You know what Khaled's gonna do.
Okay.
The thing that was kind of scary hours is some of the basketball players at the NBA Awards is doing a lot. They're doing a lot. Shout out to Sean Wash. We were talking about the fit of these jackets. A little different, man.
Yeah.
They need that Sean Wash approval, man. We got to get it going.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Shout out to Victor Cruz on ESPN. He been fly this
Sure,
week,
man.
too.
Yeah, he has, for sure.
he been fly this week. Anyway, so you can read up on your favorite FSP co-host. All right. Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on the past episodes from the shows we just mentioned and much, much more. How you do that, you ask, Weezy? I'll tell you. Just search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. OMG.
Most definitely, RMG. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start the clock.
All right. So last week was the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view. So we got Who You Got results.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. All right. So
Weezy, you missed that.
first of all, shout out to this was actually a better pay-per-view than I thought it was going to be. It was great matches. Bailey versus Alexa Bliss. Coach Locke had Bailey. Jay had Bailey. Bailey won.
Hey.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And we had Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jay was thinking about with the Lacey Evans pick.
I don't remember that. I picked Becky Lynch.
Yeah, you did.
I watched it.
We got to check the tape.
We got to run it back.
Get the hell out of here.
Becky Lynch got the W.
Got me high.
Yeah.
All right. Then we had Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
We all had Seth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this actually went how it's supposed to go.
Okay.
Then the match of the night, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in the steel cage. Kofi Kingston got
Hey, right.
Kingston on a roll, ain't
on
he?
a roll.
You gotta be.
Kofi on a roll.
It gotta be.
Yeah.
They know they can't lose listeners, and watchers.
The whole demographic.
Hey.
Yeah, Scully Kingston running out here.
For sure. Ain't no fool. All right. In case you missed it, let's talk about Luau Dang. 33-year-old Minnesota T-Wolves forward is already preparing himself for life after retirement. The 15-year NBA vet has been investing in real estate almost since the time he entered the league in 2004. With that, he has amassed an impressive portfolio that includes hotels, resorts, condos, and apartment buildings worth $125 million. Yeah, Ding will become an unrestricted free agent this summer, and there is no official word if any team will actually sign him this summer, but he is set up for his. Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing. Shout out to Luau, man. Do it the right way.
I was just about to say, do it the right way, boy.
Oh.
He need to take some of these young players under his wing
Yeah, man.
and tell them how to do it.
Man, he doing it the right
That's
way.
all
Shout out
right.
to Luau.
Wow.
Yeah, sure. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell the business friend.
For sure about that Full Sport Press podcast. And the revolution will be podcasted. Before we get started with the first half, Wheezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear it.
All right, this week is Lionel Messi's lookalike, Reza Peristich.
There we go.
Hey.
And there is a man in Iran who looks similar to Lionel Messi, the god. And as such, he's used that. My bad. And he has looked to use that to his advantage by seducing women. Reza Peristich, the Messi lookalike, has reportedly slept with 23 women, though his actions have been denounced by authorities. It all started 2 years ago when his father asked him to pose in a Lionel Messi Barcelona shirt, with the photo quickly going viral before Peristich earned the nickname the Fake Messi. Due to the similarity between the two, Peristich even cut his hair and grew his beard like the god Barcelona captain himself, thus increasing the likeliness to be Lionel Messi. If this is true, you're a sick dude. I understand taking advantage of things that are in front of you, but
Come on, man.
dude, he has the full beard. I gotta show y'all a picture of this dude.
Nah, he works in the yellow box. He hit that save with the bag, just the bag of cereals. No, he nah.
Clear bag.
He's gonna give him send him a clip.
Kellogg's ain't gonna put him on it. He hit on just that bag and say, "Oh, see them?
Oh,
My God!"
yeah, he's sick,
Yeah, he
dude.
wildin'.
Shout out to Reed.
He is
man.
tripping, man.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Let's get started first half, fellas. Let's go.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press podcast. Before we get started, I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Lock.
Coach, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
Nothing has changed. Lock_the_great on all social media. That's THA.
Ooh, nothing changed.
Yeah, Jay.
Been here, your coach. Been here, huh?
The great. He the great.
Not the great.
Lock the great. Most definitely. What about you, Weezy?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter.
So
you
much
are.
confidence behind
Hey.
it. Right? Yeah.
You
All
in
right.
mid-season form.
Hey,
Season
right.
1, baby.
Yes, what's up?
That's
Just
right. Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Sure, and I'm Jay Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Have a conversation with me on Twitter. It's wide open. And it's FSP_cameraman. I have been looking at his work, pause, on YouTube, and he still didn't put his
Nah,
time.
shit is
No,
tight,
right
man.
there.
For sure. It should be
Hey,
there.
we're on one building today, man. You two
Shit,
looking
it's been
good.
25 days.
You two looking good, though.
Pictures.
Yeah,
We
shout
should
out.
be
We need
Pictures
pictures.
up.
Yeah,
Cameraman,
sure.
put some pictures up.
All right, man. Let's kick the first half off, man. It only took 6 weeks for the NBA's 2018-19 regular season awards to be given out. Though the actual honors might have been a little late and a little bit stale, kind of like this trail mix that Weezy has today.
Shots
The reactions,
fired. My
speeches,
God.
and what the awards say about the state of the league was well worth the wait. Here are the winners and losers for this year's NBA award ceremony. Let's stick with the winners. Who wants to go with the winners?
I'll go with the winners. I got one.
Okay.
The international players in NBA, man.
Most definitely.
I think that's that's
Consensus.
That's consensus, man.
Yeah.
They came all the way up.
yeah.
I think this year is like a youth movement, like a chasing of the guard.
Okay.
Like, not saying LeBron and KD are gone or nothing crazy like that. They're still top tier players, top of the food chain players. But with Giannis winning the MVP, Rudy Gobert, things like that, you start to notice like these younger players are making themselves known, and it's going to be the league is in good hands going forward. Like the talent is crazy right now across the board.
4 international players taking home 4 of the 5 NBA major awards. So it's only the second time in history that MVP and Rookie of the Year were both born outside the U.S. Since, I think, Tim Duncan and Paul Gasol in 2002.
Do y'all think we'll see an NBA team overseas? Something like that?
Say that again,
You think we'll see an NBA team overseas or outside the country?
I would say, yeah, within the next 5 years, because we're about to see a whole different thing. They're going to have mid-season tournaments, just taking on a true soccer style with the NBA. So, yeah.
So you think it's going to be a real NBA team overseas?
In Paris.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
It's too much travel.
I think they're going to find a way.
I think the league as we know it under Adam Silver and going forward is going to change. With the soccer approach. I see that too.
That's going to be a lot of travel on teams having to go way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a lot of moves.
They have those mid-season tournaments over there too. That's how it's going to be.
Mid-season tournament like
in overseas. So wherever that's going to be. The actual tournament will be over there.
I think the days of 82 games season is about to be. The next 5 or so years, 82 game season is done.
I was gonna say they're gonna have to do that to play mid-season tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. I got another winner. The Bucks. Milwaukee won the night. Giannis winning MVP. Budenholzer winning Coach of the Year. General Manager John Horst, Executive of the Year. I think it symbolizes the start of what the Bucks could be, or hell, what they already are, if they can keep those like heavy free agents that they have: Brogdon, Mirotic, Brook Lopez, Middleton. Yeah, for sure. That's a lot.
That's a lot. They got to keep
it. Yeah, for sure. But it's trending towards the right way. Yeah. Anybody else got another winner?
No, I didn't. I'm not impressed with the Warriors, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's move right to the losers then, man. What's the loser?
The opening scene was terrible with Shaq. Yeah, that was awful. Yeah. He has to stop. Yeah, he had to get away from the rapping, man, and trying to you're doing too much.
That was my worst too. That's my worst too because I didn't like Shaq as a host. Period.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I just think the NBA just has to start from scratch.
Yeah, man. Where's scratch?
Yeah. No players showed up. People who are up for awards didn't even show up. The league is so progressive in any other way, but this is just becoming a sideshow. Yeah. You kind of forget how good some of these seasons were. Like, I forgot that James Harden even averaged 36 points a game. I think it's the only miss of the NBA. I think it's the only miss of the Adam Silver reign. He has to fix this, and I think he will. This was terrible. This was terrible.
It was
LeBron
awful.
Wasn't there. Steph wasn't there.
It's awful.
People were injured.
Harden wasn't there.
Harden. I mean, he was up for a damn award.
Right.
Yeah, the big award, too.
Yeah.
I think reason why a lot of those guys weren't there was because people had kind of given these awards out mid-season. You know what I mean? Like, you think about the Rookie of the Year award that was unjustly given to Luka Doncic. I'm joking, Jay. All right, so I mean, you think about it. A lot of these awards, were pretty much predetermined already before the night even happened.
Gotcha.
I mean, nothing was really in question. Maybe Defensive Player of the Year, maybe. Yeah. That was it, right? Everything else was kind of you knew what it was. So
I didn't miss on any of the awards.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, they were
gonna humble brag like that.
You went 5-5.
I went 5-5. Count me out.
Yeah.
Count me out.
He did.
Yeah.
I missed MVP.
Yeah.
I went James Harden. MVP.
I miss improved.
And Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
I might have missed 6th Player of the Year too.
I wanted Doc to win.
No, I missed and just improved.
I really
I went Denver's Coach of the Year.
Was it in the snubs?
No.
I think it was a snub.
He tried to sneak
I think they snub the general manager from the Raptors.
The Raptors. For the Raptors to win the championship and not win anything,
that was a snub.
Yeah. No, the first off, the Bucks had a better record than them. What, am I tripping?
No,
they had the best record.
Yeah, for sure.
Best record
all the way around.
That's Executive of the Year.
What's more important, the regular championship?
It's a regular season award.
We have to remind Jay this all the time.
No, it's a regular season. Has nothing to do with what happens in the playoffs. That's why they need to move it up.
Let me say my piece before I stutter.
Go ahead.
That guy got Kawhi Leonard to come. Trading Kawhi Leonard. They weighed his best player and won a championship with it.
But that's what I'm saying.
His best
move.
You have to look at it as you didn't know the championship.
The totality of it, right? The totality of it. Now, if they factor in the playoffs and says he made that move to get Kawhi for a 1-year rental, he gambled and won a chip, yeah. But it's a regular season award, so the totality of what he did was still in question. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
trust me, what you're saying is absolutely true.
Okay, you understand it's a regular season
but
award.
In a regular
I understand that.
So what that means, you can't take into account anything that happened in the playoffs, which means you can't take the finals into account.
But they was number 2 seed, right?
Okay. so
But
they were the
the
number
number
one
one
seed,
making the trades, making
and they're in the
signings.
same. They're in the
the
same
Bucks.
conference.
In the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Come on.
You
y'all
gotta
say
see,
something,
you gotta see what I'm saying. Like that's why he got. Cause the same reason why Kawhi wasn't MVP talks. You know, because he managed the season to 20, set out 25 games just because.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
you don't like that.
Yeah.
No,
I get it.
I don't like it
Don't
at
like
all.
that.
I had one more loser.
Okay.
As a viewer, we were the losers. That show was way too long.
Yeah, it was-
There's
it was
too
way
much
too
going
long.
on. Like it did not need to be. Yeah, we definitely shorten that up and bring somebody else in to host it, stuff like that.
Well,
It's
Drake.
not even awards. Just roll it out like when AI had the mink on. You know what I'm saying? Like I like those. And you get your chance to do your whole speech. Your teammates are right there. It takes away from that, man. Win it the right way.
Well, you know why they did it? Because the players had their own award show that year when they got their own awards out. And
you love those awards.
yeah, because their players got it right that year.
Let me get that one.
I have a couple of more. First, your boy John Wall is a presenter.
Ooh, boy.
Pissed off.
Don't let him present no more.
He was, man,
No,
He in a bad spot right now.
good spot, man. Mom dealing with some stuff.
and that's why I said they shouldn't let him present. I get
his
it.
homeboy. He was presenting his homeboy, man.
Nah, man.
He's a legit homeboy.
Yeah, it's true. You
yeah.
really don't really bang with Bird.
and then I don't like the location of the awards, like how it looks. I understand why they're feeding people, because when you talk about award shows, you hear people always say they're hungry when they leave the red carpet, so they're trying to feed people. But feed them in another room and have them transition into a different setting where everybody's sitting right next to each other. You got the rows, because that just seeing the camera and people walking around with trays.
Dinner at 6, show starts at 7.
Yeah, you know. So.
They wouldn't get that at 7:30. Yeah. All right. Any more losers?
Nah.
Nah,
All right, let's keep it in the NBA, guys. All right. So according to Commissioner Adam Silver, my guy, the NBA is going to continue to move away from the use of the term owner to describe those who would have controlling interest in teams in favor of the term governor of the team or alternate governor. Quote Alvin Silver, I don't want to overreact to the term because, as I said earlier, people end up twisting themselves into knots, avoiding the use of the word owner, Silver said to TMZ Sports. But we moved away from that term years ago with the league. We call our team owners governors of the team. To follow along with this trend, the Sixers recently changed the title of their owners to managing partners, and Steve Ballmer listed as the chairman of the Clippers on the website. Other teams likely will follow in the near future. How y'all feel about that?
I like it, man.
I do too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in a league dominated by black athletes, the term owner is very outdated. There was a time when, blacks were called coloreds, Negroes. So it's just the next steps of making things progressive in the world. And again, it's the NBA that usually gets things right. They're always on the right side of progress. So,
Under Adam Silver.
For sure. Under Adam Silver.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
I definitely agree. Something should have been done probably a while ago, but it's better late than never.
Later than ever.
So Draymond is one of the players that has publicly come out and spoke on that, saying that they need to get rid of that word and use the word chairman, like you said. Whatchamacallit is using. So I think it's a good thing that they done this.
I got a response from my president. He didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course not.
Yeah, well, he didn't really care for it, I should say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes
Of course
sense.
he
too.
did.
I mean, even Mark Cuban has came out and said that he didn't like it. It was an apt description, given the person's referred to the term actually does own the team and his ass to pay the bills. But, I mean, it's still not an owner, man. And Mark Cuban usually, and sometimes he's on the right side of progression, but this one's wrong with this one.
Yeah, he got to get his house clean first.
No, I'm telling you what.
It's some more stuff going on in his house.
Damn right it
about.
is.
That Mavs organization.
Listen to me.
Yeah,
Sure.
They got players, though.
Yeah, they got some
they got a
players.
good team.
They got a
They really
team.
got
I'm
some players.
talking about it's not they're
I
wearing the
got
suits.
you. Yeah, for sure.
Just not wearing the uniform.
So let's change sports and go to little college baseball. Talking about Weezy's team, the Vanderbilt Commodores, hometown team, wins their second World Series, defeating Michigan 8-2 in the Game 3, which is the final and deciding game. And this makes for 2 national championships and 3 advances to the final series in the last 6 years, and 4 college World Series trips under coach Tim Corbin since 2003. Now, they won a regular season, SEC tournament, and a league record 59 wins with a lot of pros on this team, including this year's top 5 pick, J.J. Bleday, think I said that right.
Get him on the game, coach.
For sure.
Yeah.
And 2 more, Austin Martin and Kumar Rocker, who are who are probably going to be top 5 picks in the next 2 drafts.
Right.
Vanderbilt has done it the right way.
Yeah,
For sure.
You know, winning World Series at a school that didn't have a baseball history before Tim got there.
Hell no.
Is to see them be a constant threat to winning World Series is like the norm now.
Yeah. He's been there since 2003.
Yeah.
I think he's the Nick Saban of college baseball. Dog. You gotta look at it between 1980 and 2004. They ain't win anything.
Nothing.
No tournament appearances at all. So it made it every season since 2006.
And he had credited a lot of that to David Price, right?
Hey, just lighting the fire.
Changing the atmosphere out there.
Yeah.
Goes to show you, man. You like that whole Vanderbilt athletic program. It goes to show like you can win now. You can win at Vanderbilt. You got to put some money into it. Put something into it, but you can win now. I'm talking to the football team pretty much.
Yeah.
Our team has been
Football team
successful.
It's hard to recruit
Vanderbilt.
actual football player at Vanderbilt.
For Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but they don't want to come there because
They're in the SEC though.
Yeah.
If they win,
nobody said that when James Franklin was there.
Conference
James Franklin was winning.
But they didn't win the
Vandy
SEC.
Conference USA would be a lot different.
yeah, Van and Conference USA be totally different, dog.
Nah, I wouldn't even go no conference USA.
I'm just saying they're
They
playing
would have
with
some
Yeah,
championships.
they have some
That's all I'm
championships.
saying.
They're
It's
playing
hard to
with a
recruit
huge conference.
SEC caliber players
Versus
at
Alabama's.
Vanderbilt compared to Tennessee,
Auburn.
Georgia.
I understand that, guys, but it can be done. Y'all like
Hey,
it's like,
well, yeah.
y'all like it's impossible. It's not impossible.
No, these last couple of years, even with the James Franklin year, they were 1, maybe 3 players away from being
We beat Florida and Georgia every other year.
talking.
What? I ain't gonna get off into that. But the SEC has always maintained to be a baseball powerhouse.
Yeah.
And I think Vanderbilt now is at the top of that list. The SEC has won at least has at least one team in the College World Series in the finals in 11 of the last 12 years with 11 total titles. So, but you gotta suck to be a Michigan fan. Dog. It's like a Luther curl.
Yeah.
You know,
You win the first game,
man.
Yeah.
and then just everything go wrong.
Go downhill from
And
there.
really, Vanderbilt dominated that series after that first game.
Yeah.
They beat the
Man,
crap
it
out of
wasn't
them both
close.
games.
As soon as it's over,
It wasn't close.
Nah, for sure. Before we get started with halftime, let's keep it in college sports. Florida has landed the biggest known transfer on the market. Kerry Blackshear Jr., a grad transfer center from Virginia Tech, will be playing his final season of college hoops in Gainesville, some 100 plus miles north of his hometown Orlando. Blackshear is a 6'10", 250-pound bruiser who averaged 14 and 7 last season. Blackshear chose Florida over Kentucky, North Carolina, UT, and Memphis. Can this put Florida in the conversation as top 5 in the country?
Most definitely can. They already had a top 10 recruiting class led by 5-star recruits Scotty Lewis and Trey Mann.
Who's the second best point guard in the country?
And then they had a returning 5-star player that they already had in Andrew Nemhard.
Yeah.
So adding him to this group definitely puts them right in the mix.
Yeah, they got 2 All-SEC freshmen from last year.
Yeah.
Mark that. You said he's the second best point guard in the country. We'll mark that right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Between,
All right.
of course, Cole Anthony's number
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
But this kid, Trey Mann,
Yeah.
is a beast.
Okay.
Dog. That's my guy.
No, I'm not saying he ain't
That's my
cold.
guy.
I'm
Yeah,
with you. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
but you just-
I want that mark right
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Trey, man.
I think Blackshear gives Mike White a chance to actually compete in the SEC for real.
Yeah.
Minus Kentucky. I think this is the best team, not named Kentucky. Yeah. Huge deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
For him to pick.
He was
Florida?
a swing player.
Yeah.
Like he could have swung the balance for whatever team
Facts.
he chose for.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come to North Carolina, but.
He was
Sure
hoping
you
and
did.
wishing.
Yeah.
Look, that was a little bias hoping right there.
I
That's
hope
what
so.
they was.
No, for sure. It's going to be tough for us. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I thought Kentucky.
Yeah.
At least Kentucky. He chose Florida,
Florida,
dog.
yeah.
They are loaded. They are loaded.
Man.
I'm excited to watch that team this year for sure. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. We have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrows. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. We're going to jump right into it. Just going to let you guys know I am in Miami right now. I'm outside on the beach right now. Little thunder, no lightning. That's why I'm outside. So if you hear a snap, crackle, pop, just a little thunder out here. We're going to jump right into it with some NBA action. We're talking LeBron James. He now has Anthony Davis. Also, Kyrie. I mean, there's so many stars right now. This is probably the biggest and best free agent period that we have seen in quite some time in the NBA. All right, we're going to move on to some NFL action. We know that the NFL is releasing or having a new rule regarding challenging of instant replays due to the Rams and Saints debacle in the NFC Championship game, which probably cost the Saints a trip to the Super Bowl. So now coaches are going to get to challenge pass interference, non-calls or calls or what have you. A lot of things are being micromanaged right now. What do you guys think? Is this going to speed up, slow down? Is this going to take a little oomph from the game? Where are they going to go from here? Like, should they even implement this rule now? Granted, when there's a bad no call, I think that's where bad rules come into play. Because they're trying to avenge whatever happened, but there's really no systematic way to make it right, to make the wrong right. So what do you guys think? I'm going to go out on a limb here, and you guys heard it here first. I think Kyler Murray is going to be the rookie of the year. You know, I watched a lot of things from camp from him, and the veterans are liking him, you know, and he's going to be able to spread the ball around. You know, I think he's going to be able to flourish some similar to what Baker Mayfield did last year within the realms of this system. And this system isn't caught up with yet. This is going to be the first year for this system. It always takes a year or two to catch up with something new. Coach Brown is going to give you a little wisdom, a little words of motivation before I get out of here. Always remember to follow your dreams. Do what you want to do and how you want to do it. Don't allow others to project their negativity into things that they're afraid to do onto you. I tell my students, my players, this all the time, man. It's today's dreams, tomorrow's reality. And the only way to get anything done is to walk in it and run in it. Hey, I am the coach, Coach Brown that is, Rue, and I'm gone.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's on vacation. Still sent in a 2-minute drill.
Mm-hmm.
Dedication.
On the beach.
Sure. Full of that Bombay. Coach. Is this the biggest free agency in NBA history?
It's
Shaping up
like,
to be.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, shaping up to be. And we're definitely going to talk about that very shortly, but I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
I've never
What you
seen
say? Over
anything.
200 players.
Over 200
That's a
plus
lot.
players, man. A lot of free agents.
There's a lot of good players.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what makes
yeah,
the
for sure.
difference,
Franchise players, maybe 5 or 6 of them. NFL changes. Good or bad for the NFL? Defensive PI, offensive PI.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. The game's gonna be longer now.
Yeah.
But it's good that one penalty can't change a wrong penalty, a wrong call can't change the game.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Most definitely. He also said, Weezy, that Kyler Murray will be rookie of the year.
And
It's not a hot. I mean, he's the
And
number
he
one
said-
pick, Jeff. I mean,
That was not a
you
hot
heard
take.
it here first. Nah, he didn't say Will Greer was gonna come and take Cam
He
Newton.
didn't pick a late third rounder.
I'm blaming it on the Bombay.
He went low hanging fruit.
Man, I'm talking about Coach.
He just got some. He got some of that fruit to put in the Bombay. That's
Yeah,
all
nah,
he
for
did.
sure.
That food was already in the bag.
No tippy toes or nothing.
you wanna go with me to see us?
I already know you got a big dog vacation pending.
He said,
You guys ready to get started the second half?
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half of the 2019 NBA Free Agency Show, episode 277. I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy, what it do?
It's your man, Coach Lop.
Man, with the 2018-19 NBA season behind us, the focus of the NBA world now turns to free agency, where some of the best players in the world could change cities and shift the balance of power in the entire league. The balance of power in the NBA is already up. KD and Klay suffering massive injuries, making the summer all that more important. There's nothing like NBA free agency, and this year is to be one of the craziest we've ever seen in NBA history, like Coach Brown drunkenly said.
Oh, man.
On the Bombay. FSP is here to offer up our official suggestions of where each top free agent will land this summer. Let's kick it off, man. Kevin Durant, small forward, power forward, 30 years old. He's an unrestricted free agent. Where is he going and why?
Let's see. I go.
Okay.
He signs back with Golden State.
Ooh, spicy.
They give him the most money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna give him the year to get himself together. It just makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Make his life easy. Now, if he wasn't hurt, this answer's I say he was going
Totally
to Brooklyn.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
going
sure.
to Brooklyn. But
Yeah.
now with the injury, play it safe, get your money,
Yeah.
and tax out,
Yeah,
cash out.
But only thing worried about me with KD is I don't think this decision has anything to do with money.
It don't.
I don't think it has anything to do with money. I think it's more just KD's a different guy. He's a celebrity, but he wants to be a regular guy, which is don't possible because you can shoot a jump shot and you can handle the ball.
Yeah.
And you're 7 feet.
Right.
Stand out.
Yeah, so you're not gonna be a
Bill
regular guy.
Right.
So he wants to be wanted from whoever wants him.
Right.
But it's just not gonna. It's not about money with him. Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, I would agree with that until the end. This is the injury. Just like this was like one of those things like when you feel like you're human again.
Yeah.
Like to be 20 when he's 30.
He's 30.
30, right? So he'll be 31 when he comes back. Then and it takes 2 years to bounce back from Achilles anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
If you bounce back.
he'll be 33, 34 before he's 100% back to KD. And what is that going to be at 33, 34 years old? So, man, get your money while you can. Yeah.
I still think he's going to Brooklyn.
Okay.
I don't think it makes sense to opt out to stay. Because when you opt out, you take less money if you do stay. He's gonna probably be playing with Kyrie, which is gonna make Brooklyn a contender in the East, even though he's not gonna play this year.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've been saying all the time, that could actually help them in the long run because now if Kyrie is there, he's playing by himself with a few other pieces. But they won't be the team that they think they're going to be when KD gets there. So now you look at possibly getting a lottery pick, which means you get a top pick to go along with KD when he's healthy, Kyrie when he's playing. So I still think he's going to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Real quick, let's kind of change gears a little bit, real quick. So the Warriors, I think they changed the game and ruined the game at the same time.
Absolutely.
Never you'll see a team put together with like top heavy like that because injuries can happen, right? So in turn, KD goes down, Steph, Klay, Draymond, whatever the case may be.
Boogie.
Yeah, no, for sure. You change the super duper team. That is a super duper team, as Jeff
Always
affectionately
says.
has granted this team. But teams will have a bench from here on out. That's the reason that Golden State lost this series. It's because they did not have anybody else to help them out. On top of that, KD changing the game because nobody will ever put their livelihood on the line because of an injury for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi, it should have happened after Isaiah Thomas.
Right.
But in turn, it took a person of KD's magnitude to make the world look at it as like, you know what? With football as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever go back out there. They'll do the Kawhi Leonard approach and slowly get back whenever with their own doctors.
Okay,
Right.
gotta get another
Dude,
opinion
okay, I
outside of the
Yeah,
organization.
no, for sure. It's over with.
Kawhi Leonard deserves a statue for what he does. I think so.
Yeah, no, it was groundbreaking.
Yeah, he deserves
For
a
sure.
statue
Yeah.
from what he does. I'll talk about it more later when we get to him. But
Yeah.
he put some respect on his name.
Yeah, no, but I have KD going to the Knicks. I think it's the perfect time for KD to get he wants to do his own thing. Clear.
Yeah.
The injury, for sure he would have went to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think now with this, you set out a year with the team. You already have young pieces.
Yeah.
And now you might can get another superstar to come along with you. They do 1 year, but the team can actually compete. And then the next year, they're ready to win a championship. So I think he goes to the Knicks for all those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, man. But Durant, his only chance to build his legacy the way he wants to do it is to step away from the team that he helped make super duper. And in turn, I think he can only do that in New York. I don't think he can do it anywhere else. Or the Clippers.
I think this decision from KD is probably the most probably going. He can use his head in this one because he left OKC. He didn't want to play with Russell Westbrook, such and such and such. Then he went to go follow somebody else to team up with a big three and win 2 or 3 championships. So he got rings. So I'm trying to figure out what motivates him on this move. You know what I'm saying? What motivates him?
Like you said, to be the man by
His
himself.
legacy. He gets just like LeBron wanted to go back and win one by himself.
But he
KD
doesn't-
wants to do.
But see, with LeBron, it was different because
It
he
was.
wanted to go
Hometown.
back home. Right,
Hometown.
coach. He wanted to
Yeah.
go home with. What is that motivate? Like when you
Anywhere.
said, I don't know what it would
It'll
be.
be anywhere to do that. But here's and I'm again going off task a little bit, but I don't have a clue where 80% of these kids.
Yeah, we all speculating
Yeah.
when we
Don't have-
watch the
don't.
game. That's
Yeah.
all we're
Dude.
doing because we watch the game.
Don't have
Yeah.
a clue.
Like-
I've never
Yeah.
been this clueless going
Yeah.
into free agency in my life.
And I think the injuries to me did it.
The injuries
because that
did.
threw a lot of this off.
Yeah,
A lot of this off.
yeah. I
Most
mean,
definitely.
I'm not gonna be surprised when they come out and say I'm going here. It's not gonna be one that'll
Yeah.
shock me.
Yeah, not for sure. For sure.
Well, I mean, one more thing, then we'll move on. I promise, Shay. We'll move on. What player can get two injuries in the same leg and still be off the max besides KD?
Because he's at the right time in his career.
Yeah, I mean,
Right time
at
to
30
do
years old,
Yeah,
who else is getting offered the max deal with 2 injuries in the same leg?
Anybody that
Lord-
yeah. Giannis, Kawhi.
I don't think so, Jay.
I don't know if
At
Giannis
30
can do
years
it
old?
because what his
That's
game
30.
is predicated off of as of now.
Yeah.
Like
Giannis
he's
don't
talking
have a
about.
jumper.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
KD.
sure.
He
KD's
has
special, though.
He has
Yeah.
two
He is
things
special. You're right. Yeah,
that
he
you
is
can't
real
teach.
special.
He has
Yeah.
the height,
Yeah.
and then he can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So if you can stop it from getting to his spot, he can still just rise up above.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: that elevation is not going to be there after those Achilles.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
he's still
Age like
6'11".
But he's still 17.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And they
He's gonna
still
age just like
offering the
that.
max.
Yep.
And they
Yeah.
know he's not going to be the same. He still get the max.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Next, we have Kawhi Leonard, small forward, 27 years old, also an unrestricted free agent, fresh off the championship in Toronto.
Yep.
Making his rounds, taking the trophy, going to baseball games,
Yeah, for sure.
doing it the right way.
Yep.
Where do you think that Kawhi Leonard is going to end up?
This is tougher than KD to read because
I mean, it's Kawhi.
yeah, 'cause it's- I mean,
you never know what he's
yeah,
thinking.
No, but I think with Kawhi, I think he also wants to go to a place where he can kind of cement himself. Which in turn, I think he did that in Toronto already.
Okay.
And I don't see him leaving that, especially with everything that he did and the way that the entire country supported the Raptors. I think he's there for long, but I think it's a 2-year deal. 2-year deal in Toronto.
So not too long.
Like, I'm agreeing with you 100%. Boardman signs a 2 with an option, and he gets out of there in about 1 or 2 years.
Wherever he goes, it's going to be a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
If it's in LA
Yeah.
or Toronto, it's going to be a 2-year deal. And he'll bank on himself again.
I was sold on Toronto until I heard that LeBron and AD will sit with him at the meeting.
But he doesn't want him there. though.
Yeah. He's not the person that, like, you remember how Derrick Rose was like, I'm not going to recruit people.
Yeah.
Like, Kawhi Leonard doesn't need to be recruited. He wants to go where he wants to go.
And
I
then
think it's more coaching.
at the same time with Kawhi, he's the only player like he can go with a clear head because he went to Toronto, won a chip.
And didn't sign with Toronto. He was traded
He
to
was traded. He
Toronto.
won a
Yeah.
chip. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 Finals MVPs in both conferences. 2 championships. It wasn't like we can't say like he did like Kevin Durant. Oh, you know what? He ring chasing.
No.
We can't.
He
You
was
can't say
traded
that.
there. Yeah, he just do. He's going to work. Yeah, he was going to
Like
work.
he's already certified. So wherever he goes, it just I want to go there.
For what you said, it's funny you said it. I think he's going to go to the Clippers because of Doc Rivers. He wants to play for a coach that's established, a really good coach. Not saying Nurse is not a great coach, but he's young. Doc Rivers is established, and he can still be the man in LA because you're talking about going to a team that made the playoffs with no superstar.
Yep.
So that's the only thing they're missing, that standout superstar guy. You have Lou Will there coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So it's not like when Kawhi's not rolling, you'd have anybody that could take the heat and score. And then he's close to home. He grew up in Southern California.
Yeah. Sure.
So I see him and have him going to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got him signing a 2.
Yeah.
I got him going to LA, which would make them a super
LA
Lakers or Clippers?
Yeah, Lakers.
Oh my God!
Which-
That's a
which-
super duper.
That's the best team of all time. Me and Animal Brown was talking about this. That's 3 top 5 players.
Yeah,
The
the
only
only
thing-
position.
But the only thing
They
about
did.
it though, real quick, can it work?
Yeah.
Shit.
AD don't want to play the 5.
Yeah.
He would have to play the 5 then.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? LeBron's gonna be to play the 4 every
Yeah.
night.
He's got to bank on no injuries.
You gotta
that's
no
all.
injuries.
I was gonna say because they're
And-
gonna run into that
Because
the
same
team gotta
problem.
find
The
shooters.
team's gonna be all filled
Depleted.
up with vet men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would literally be the Monstars. They would be the
Yeah.
Monstars.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. He's a point guard, of course. 27 years old. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like Kyrie's 25 still. I
High
don't know why I
mileage.
feel like he's still 25.
High mileage.
But he's an unrestricted free agent as well. Where's he going, guys? What you think?
With Kyrie Irving, he's the most mentally unstable player in NBA history. I've never seen anything like it. Like it's insane what he has going on.
I'm sorry.
I want him to go to Phoenix, right? I think it's the best landing spot for him. He can start fresh with the new key with the young guys that he has there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with him: he is too mental as far as unstableness to go to a place of that nature. So he grew up a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Yeah.
I think he'll go there. The Nets' philosophy offensively is to shoot as many threes as possible.
Yeah.
That fits into Kyrie's game.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of young players as well
Yeah.
as a young core
Yeah.
that would listen to Kyrie, and I think that's what he wants.
Yeah.
So I have him going to Brooklyn on a 2-year deal as well.
Yeah.
Everything you said is the reason I have him going to Brooklyn. But before I go into that, it's funny that you say you want him to go to Phoenix
Yeah.
because you always say he doesn't make nobody else better. So
Yeah.
you don't think that would mess up Booker's game?
I would totally ruin his game. Yeah, for sure.
But you want him to go there.
That's the best place for him to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It wouldn't mess up Booker's game.
Yeah, it would. He not
It'll
gonna
make
find
him
him.
take better shots and calm down.
He's
Scoring
gonna get-
60 and losing
he's-
by 30.
He's
Yeah.
gonna get the ball with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and it's on a double team pass out. Like I'm praying that he doesn't have to deal with that because it's gonna ruin his career. But in turn, yeah,
He'll be a playoff. He'll finally see the playoffs for once.
Yeah, he'll-
Win more than 30 games
for sure.
if he get Kyrie.
yeah, he's a point guard this year.
Yeah, like you said, Brooklyn's their offense. They run and gun. They want to
Yeah.
get up and down the floor. They want to shoot. They want to score. And like I said earlier, I think KD is going to go there, so it'll give him another person to play with also. Now, they won't necessarily go into who's the Batman, who's the Robin, because KD is not going to be the same KD.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's been overblown. I don't think Kyrie wants to play with anybody
Yeah.
unless if he's going to play with somebody, he's going to play with LeBron James.
That's
And-
where he's going.
Yeah.
He's going to LA.
Hot
Ky-
take.
Kyrie,
Once they cleared that, buddy, go ahead.
he's going to Brooklyn, and he wants to go do what he wants to do. So if he want to go shoot 40 shots a game, and whoever gonna let him do it, Brooklyn will let him do it. What they got to lose?
Here's what I think. He you remember when we first get of age, you can't wait to move out.
Yeah.
He moved out.
Yeah, for sure.
He saw what he thought.
for sure.
He called mom. He called dad. Said,
Yeah.
Hey.
"Bron, look,
Can I come home?
can I come home?
Yeah.
I need, come home, get myself together for a couple of years, and we'll go back out again." He's going to the Lakers.
Here's the question I have you.
Yeah.
If you're Jeannie Buss, if you're Rob Pelinka,
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, both standing there, both ready to
come
sign.
on. Well,
Who are you
He
going
just
with?
signed Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think Boardman wants to do that.
Mm.
I don't think I think he likes Toronto.
You don't want to be them bright lights.
He's in Toronto and the Clippers for him. Like, he don't want to do it with LeBron.
Yeah.
And KD and AD. He don't want to deal with that.
But-
But I think Kyrie goes there, gives them a point guard, and then they just vet men's all the way around after that.
Yeah, it's
You
the
got-
same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think Kyrie's such a tremendous talent,
Yeah.
but in between the ears, man, it's character issues. I wouldn't sign him. I would stay far the hell away from
What?
Kyrie Irving.
I just want to
Just go to his Instagram.
When did it go left for him?
Just go to his Instagram.
Really?
If you look and you read his, you be like, okay, dude, right there.
There it
Thrown,
is.
thrown out.
For sure. Most definitely.
Oh my turn. next person is we have Klay Thompson, 29 years old, free agent. What y'all think about Klay Thompson?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I got thrown off.
Yeah. The Warriors, they might break up their championship team by losing KD. And it's hard to imagine they would break up the Splash Brothers. I have him re-signing with the Warriors, 190. He'll sign at 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah,
Sure.
he'll be the first domino
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing. He's always wanted to stay and go to state. The only reason he thought about leaving was because he was going to be playing third or fourth fiddle.
Yeah.
With KD leaving, I believe he can go back to being that second scoring option.
Yep.
And now allow him to get that All NBA team that he's basically been wanting to get. So, like you said, it'll go back to the original Warriors.
Yeah.
Plus Boogie.
Whoa.
We'll talk
We'll
about
talk about that
We'll
later.
talk about-
I think so. We'll talk about it later.
You know, with Klay, you know, if he doesn't tear his ACL, he might really go to LA or the
Yeah.
Clippers, one of the two.
yeah.
But with the ACL injury, I think he'll stay.
Even with KD leaving, you think he leaves?
Yeah. If he doesn't tear his ACL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
But now he's staying.
What's a
most
5-year
likely.
deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 years, 190.
Yeah, he cashes out, gets the
Yeah,
money.
gets the money.
You know,
He deserves it.
yeah, he
Yeah,
deserves
sure.
it. Yeah.
Most definitely. Move on to the next person, which is Jimmy Butler. He's guard forward, 29 years old. Getting a little longer in the tooth there, Jimmy. He's an unrestricted free agent. Where you guys have him going?
He's 29 years old, but he's really like 30 because he played with Coach Tibbs and he ran him in the dirt. He ran him in the dirt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
which he does best.
I got
Killed my players. Killed my bull.
like a lot of these players. It's not about money with him. I think it is about money. So I think whoever gives him the most, but I think he's gonna stay with Philly.
Yeah.
They gonna throw the max at him.
Yeah.
They gonna let him know he's important. We want him.
Yeah.
So
Philly's got to give him whatever he wants.
Yeah, and they will.
This playoff showed, like, I don't know, unless Ben Simmons just grows leaps and bounds offensively over the offseason.
Looking real funny.
I know, like, Jimmy Butler has got to be the guy for them to help them out and, keep that team afloat. Because those nights when you can't play Joel, you know you can't play him back-to-backs.
Right.
And he's 25.
It's crazy.
if you a shooting guard, why wouldn't you want to play with Ben Simmons knowing that he don't want to shoot?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But what if he can't shoot?
He's gotta
Jimmy
shoot.
can't shoot like
He's
that.
not a shooter.
He's not a
But
shooter.
he's a scorer.
Yeah, so when in turn, a person that gets you the ball, you need to be a shooter. It's hard to be a scorer when somebody's going to get you the ball.
But he can get him he can get him in spots. Like,
He can get him in
Ben
spots.
can definitely still get him
Yeah,
in
for
spots,
sure.
especially in the regular season.
Yeah.
This playoff showed that they need. I mean, this could be. They were one shot away.
Yeah.
That could easily be them in the finals.
No, they
against
are
Golden State.
Ben Simmons actually shooting the ball away from being NBA champion.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't just shoot the damn ball.
Right. If everything unfolds the way it did for Toronto against Golden State,
Yeah.
easily could have been the Sixers.
Easy.
Yeah.
No question. With Jimmy, he's forced his way out of two teams. Starting with my Bulls, forced his way out of Minnesota.
Epic.
I think
Minnesota.
no, for sure. I think he forces his way to the bright lights in New York City, playing for the Knicks alongside KD.
Ooh. So what do you play?
Well, they fight, though.
RJ.
RJ Barrett?
Yeah.
You play him at the two.
With them two.
Yeah,
It's
them two.
Swiss
So
watch
it's
them
Dennis
two.
Smith,
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Right.
or RJ, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's my kid's
Kevin
name?
Knox.
Four.
Kevin Knox, yeah. And this is for the year. And then the next year, you figure out a
what I'm
way
saying?
with KD. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Not bad. I have a hot take.
Oh boy.
I have him going to the Lakers.
Go.
I ain't mad at that one.
He wants to be on a team that's contender.
Yeah.
Everywhere he's go, he can't. It didn't work out at all in Minnesota. Didn't really make the playoffs too much. Philly, they got there, didn't get over the hump. And he doesn't seem to mesh good with young players. Everywhere he's at is young players, and he doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
He's going to go to L.A., play with LeBron, who's a veteran. KD's a little younger, but it allowed him to go there and not have to worry about being the man. But he can still play well. And they need a guard. They need a two guard.
So
they don't have one.
You didn't have those top four people. You didn't have any of them going to LA.
Mm-mm.
Jimmy. They cancel out everybody else and they get Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jimmy got the personality to play with AD and LeBron.
That's the
They
scary
need
part.
shooters if they're gonna get a guard.
Mm.
That's
he
the
can't
scary
shoot.
part. Is his personality with
way
LeBron.
too strong.
But that's the thing, though. I think playing with LeBron,
He'll
he
cool.
adjusted. Yeah.
Okay, I got because like you said, he's a vet. He's somebody he respects. I see that.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell,
Mm-hmm.
23 years old, a restricted free agent.
Yep.
Had a good year in Brooklyn
Breakout season.
for sure.
Yeah.
Where do you have him going?
I think the Nets are going to choose a different way, whether that's Kyrie or one of these other guys that we mentioned. But I think D'Angelo Russell goes with his good friend Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota, starts there and gets it going. I hope it's a trade where they find a way to get rid of Jeff Teague and let him flourish. Maybe back in Indianapolis. Hell, I don't know, but I think it's going to be Steph and KG all over again, and I like that in Minnesota. So yeah, I got D'Angelo Russell signing there 4 years, $88 million.
For sure. Well, the thing with D'Angelo Russell is a lot of these players on this list are gonna get overpaid because everybody can't get the top four players. So a lot of gonna get overcompensated, which is fine. I think if he holds out, wait a little bit longer, somebody like Minnesota or Phoenix gonna throw the book at them.
Yeah.
just to have them on their team.
We're in the range now where these guys are waiting on those top five guys.
Right,
So
right.
when
Domino
we go,
effect.
so once we get lower on this list, they have to wait their turn.
So they're gonna be like, the Lakers got their guard. Well, Phoenix still need this.
Right.
We'll give him the max.
I would love to see D'Angelo Russell in Phoenix as well too.
Yeah.
But
They just need a point guard.
yeah,
That's why I think he's going. I think he's going to Phoenix with the max.
Yeah.
Ooh, Phoenix, D'Lo Russell.
Can they pay him extra?
Yeah, they can.
They got some
Yeah.
money.
They got some money.
They ain't paying nobody.
I mean, his max is 4 years, 88. though.
Right.
They ain't, I mean,
That's all he
who
can
they
get.
giving money
yeah.
to out there?
Mhm.
They ain't paying nobody in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Nobody worth nothing.
Yeah. Except for Devin Booker.
Nah, I just want
Ain't
to.
He's waiting.
that
He's waiting. You
crazy?
kept
4
throwing it
years,
out there.
88 sounds like nothing compared to,
I
to the
mean,
rest of
you
them.
know,
What you hearing?
guys getting
190?
Yeah, that's crazy. Right? I think about that. That ain't shit, but that's really a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, I think like you said, Timberwolves.
Timberwolves.
Him,
Yeah.
him and Towns and whatever's left of Wiggins.
Yeah. You want to talk about somebody need to be traded?
Who gonna take that? Who gonna take that on that
It's an
contract?
albatross of a contract.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 3-team trade. Send them.
Get him out of there. Get
Let me
Chris
tell you
Paul
what they
out.
need to do. If Kawhi doesn't stay in Toronto, they need to find a way to trade for he's the original Maple Mamba. Like, like he was the original
Go back
person.
home.
Yeah, and go back home and start fresh with that shit.
He's still young.
They ain't
Still
taking that
just
contract.
crazy young.
No.
Okay.
They're not taking that. Toronto would not fall for that.
Hey, man.
I hope not. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on to Kemba Walker, 29, unrestricted free agent. Where's he going?
Sheesh. Here's the question: is Michael Jordan wrong for not going into the luxury tax and paying your 7-year, 8-year veteran in Kemba Walker, who's put in blood, sweat, and tears, 2
Yes.
All-Star appearances? He did
Yes,
wrong.
he's dead.
I'm
wrong.
wrong.
hot at Mike for that.
Mike dirty for
He's
that.
dead wrong. Like you said, this man has given Charlotte everything he has, and they never got a bit of help.
All right. I'm gonna be the bad guy here.
Okay.
Look at this from 2 ways. From a business standpoint, I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah, from a businessman, it's not.
You go into the luxury tax and pay Kemba, you don't do any better.
Yeah.
Kimba hasn't won anything with them.
Yeah.
And he's actually giving him a chance. Look, man, I've done all I can do with you.
Yeah.
Go win. Go somewhere and win. Like go
3-time All-Star.
Yeah, it's like so Kimba has a better opportunity to go win somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and Jordan not holding him back by offering him money he can't refuse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's really a win for Kimba. Like, get away from there and let Charlotte figure out what in the world they're doing to build their team back the right way.
But part of it is Jordan's fault of why he hasn't won.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he hasn't given him help.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to go there either. I mean, the best pickup they had was
Batum.
Batum.
Yeah, and they
Stole
overpaid
money.
in.
And the
Stole
ghost
money.
of Dwight Howard that one time.
At 29 years old, with the mileage Kimba's played with, going back to college and pro. So I think it'd be a bonus for him to get all his money and go to Boston to play with Brad Stevens. It'd be a bonus.
It's a good consolation prize. You lose Kyrie Irving.
Brad
You
Stevens
bring
started
in
to look
him.
fun in the light though.
That's
Nah,
why
it was
I
just
had him.
Kyrie Irving. It was all Kyrie Irving. I guarantee.
We'll
guarantee
know.
they
We'll know
will.
this year.
I guarantee Boston be a top 2 seed in the East next year.
The comments he's making now about the
Uh-oh.
hand out,
Hands
hands
out.
out, hands
I don't
out.
bet you no more. I'm good.
Oh, okay, we'll move on.
I'm good, bro.
The,
Why you still out?
the comments he's making about pieces not fitting. These are pieces you wanted.
No, it's
Yeah.
a piece of Danny Ainge.
Now he wanted Hayward.
Well, no, for
wanted
sure.
Hayward.
It was Gordon. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he wanted
Gordon
Hayward.
gonna look totally different when I'm telling you. Watch how different that team looks, y'all, with that dude not there.
But okay,
Dude,
if you
that dude-
what's so different between Kimba and Kyrie's game? Where if you add Kimba, a ball dominant point, yes.
Okay.
You add another ball dominant point to that same team. What's the different results going to happen?
The
Mental
locker room.
capability.
What's the locker room? Okay,
That's
maybe
it.
That makes a big difference.
That's it.
It does. It
It's
does.
just a locker
I mean,
room.
I talk about just playing style.
I mean, listen, Kyrie
Same-
don't listen. He don't. You can't tell Kyrie nothing.
Yeah.
You can't tell him nothing.
The earth is flat to Kyrie. I think.
That's and my point
Exactly.
exactly. We move on.
I have him going to Dallas for all those reasons that you said. You mix him with Tim Hardaway Jr., Jeff's boy, Luka, and the Zinger. Man, that's a good, formidable trio of players, man. And I like him in Dallas. 5 years, 190.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sure.
Like we said, I had him going to Boston. They're going to need a point guard. With Kyrie leaving, it's not sure what Rozier is going to do. So they're going to have a big gap to fill. And I think he will go there and play well with those other players. So I had him going to Boston.
For sure. All right, next on the list is Tobias Harris, 26-year-old, undrafted free agent. Unrestricted free agent, I'm sorry. I got him staying in Philly.
Really? I don't think that worked out, man. It didn't quite fit. I mean, it was too many balls with Jimmy being there and also being not shooting the ball and Joel needing his touches. I think Tobias was the odd man out. For all of those reasons, I think they let him go. And I have him signing with the Pacers.
Can they pay him what he would want?
To buy, yeah. I mean, you're gonna lose the contract of Darren Collinson.
Yeah.
And then Bogdanovic is leaving.
Yeah.
So and then
that's true.
Then the
you're right.
albatross of a contract that which was Tyreek Evans is gone. Too.
True.
So you know what he did.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I like him going to the Pacers, man. It makes more sense. Vic having somebody else he can, facilitate to and kind of take some breaks. With Miles Turner and him. That's a good squad, man.
Yeah, that's a formidable team. If they make that work.
I like that.
Yeah.
He's another one of these players I think they're gonna overcompensate for. If he holds out, he gonna get more because
He's
he
gonna
would
have to wait.
Yeah.
For everything you said about the Philadelphia situation is the reason I have him staying in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because, like you said, it wasn't enough balls with Jimmy there. But with Jimmy leaving, now it's going to open up more opportunities for Tobias. We know, like we always say and Jeff says, Joel is not playing back-to-backs.
True.
So that's going to give him more opportunity.
True.
And there still will be a contender.
Yeah.
So I believe he will stay and the 76ers will pay him.
And you had Jimmy going to
The
Lakers.
Yeah. So I think he wants a max contract too. So they're gonna have to pay to get somebody else in there to score. And Tobias will be good too from Long Island. So it makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Next person on the list is Al Horford, 32 years old, unrestricted free agent because he turned down $30 million as an option. Where you guys have him going and why?
Al Horford turned down $30 million to get the heck out of it.
Now with Al Horford, he wants a 5-year deal. He's 32 years old. If you're a team, Jeff, do you give Al Horford 5 years?
Honestly, yes.
At 32 years old?
No, Jeff.
I'm just gonna tell you why. What about Al Horford's game screams it's not gonna age well?
Everything about it.
Really?
Yeah, no.
The
for
fact
sure.
that he plays defense, he's low impact offensive game like Zach Randolph.
That's the main thing, the
he's
defense.
Developed the outside shot.
I got three max for him.
Okay.
2 and a team option. For sure.
As you get older, man,
35?
you lose.
He's 32 now.
I'm saying, but you looking at 2 more years, like,
Yeah.
bro, like you don't want to go through that.
You lose your athleticism as you get older, which
Right.
means you're not going to be able to play the same caliber defense as you
Right.
get older.
Right.
So I'm not giving him 5.
Well, I don't think Al plays the supreme effort defense. He plays the smart get to the
basketball
spots.
player.
Get to the spot. That's why I'm saying I think his game, he's gonna be the guy that could play until his late 30s. Not saying he's gonna be at the all-star level that he's playing at right now in the last couple of years, but he's a guy, he's a great teammate, great locker room guy, great offensive game plan, defensive game plan guy. And he knows how to win. You need that on your team. Like, I will discuss where I think he's going in a second, but I think he's worth that type of contract. I think he goes to the Lakers.
Wow.
Because AD doesn't want to play the 5, and they need defense. They need defenders.
They don't have money to sign him, though.
They do now. They moved those players yesterday.
No, that's one max contract.
They go give it to him.
Instead of anybody else.
Give it to him. And
You didn't have him.
if you
getting
can't
any
get
of those
Kyrie,
guys?
if it's either him or Kyrie, pick one or two.
Hell no.
And because to me,
Yeah.
you need LeBron needs another guy to be out there thinking with him. Because even though we know LeBron's the smartest guy on the court, cool. Let Al make it easier for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he's a great. It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
And then he'll help build up those guys you signed those max level minimum contracts. I mean, not max
Sure.
level.
I have Al Horford going to the Pelicans, helping out Zion, Zoe, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, all the pieces that they added. I think Al Horford would be a good piece on a young squad to do it the right way. Great locker room guy.
Right.
And he would get his max contract there.
Okay.
Not anywhere else. I don't think other than Dallas, but they won't have enough money to do it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Actually, I like what both of y'all said. I like him going to play with Zion for the maturity level and help him in the locker room with the young boys. And I also like him going to the Lakers just for what Jeff just said. That convinced me right there. I like that. I don't know if they got the money for it, but I like it.
Like in a perfect world, he would go to Dallas. But I don't know. You got Lucas coming up. You got to pay Porzingis.
Got to.
You got to fill that team out.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, he would go to Dallas.
Perfect word. He definitely going to Dallas.
Yeah, but I think the Lakers make sense.
I have him going to the Rockets. The Rockets some way will find a way to get rid of Capella, which will allow them to be able to pay him.
He's going to Boston. Book that.
And what happens is Dan Antonio gets the kind of big he likes. A big that can space the floor, that can shoot from the outside enough to keep people honest, and then it opens up the floor for CP3 and James Harden because teams would just sag off of Capella when they were going to the basket because they knew he was going to roll every time. They were going to roll and throw the lob up. Well, now you can deflect the pass or whatever. But if you have Al Horford sitting there screen and he's picking and popping, then you got to pick your poison. Are you going to fend the paint with them get to the basket?
That
Or
could
you
work.
going to
That's a sign and trade.
Yeah.
Capella goes to Boston, sign and trade Al Horford to Houston. That can work.
That's an old team, though.
Yeah. Oof,
That becomes an old. That's win now or nothing.
Yeah,
with
for
that
sure.
right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to it's a Jays guy right
That's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah, the Black Falcon.
Yeah,
What?
man.
What does that mean?
Harrison Barnes, still 26 years old,
Sure.
unrestricted free agent. Where's he going, guys?
He turned down a $25 million contract option to get his max money, which will be right around 4 years, $88 million.
That's crazy.
Man, this has been one of the tougher things because he didn't fit in Sacramento because Buddy's shooting all the balls. Got De'Aaron Fox blooming.
Yeah.
Got Marvin Bagley still trying to find his way.
Right.
I don't think he re-signs there. I think he either becomes the second scorer in Denver or being the third scorer in Philly if they fall out and not get the people that they want for the same thing. So I like both of those spots. If I had to pick one, I want him to go to Denver because there's a hole there. They need him. With Millsap opting back in, with him picking up Millsap's option, it helps them. They need a person like Harrison Barnes on that team for sure. But I really like
to
him
be
in
the
Philly.
second scorer on the team.
Yeah, for sure.
What if LA misses on a couple of these free agents? Would he fit in LA?
Nah, I mean LA can't get everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you
No, I'm
gotta-
saying what if they miss?
they would have to miss out on 9 players, and then Harrison Barnes would be the. And I still don't think they'll sign.
I don't
They'll
think
just
they will
space
because
it out,
he plays 3.
I got you.
So does Kawhi though. So.
Yeah, true.
But you make it work with Kawhi.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You make we gonna figure this out as we play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll go ahead, Jeff.
With Harrison Barnes, man, this was he and Tobias Harris were the toughest guys on this list for me to figure out where they would go. Denver makes total sense.
Yeah,
I think he goes back to Sacramento.
I can see that too.
Like he just wanted to get his money. Like he didn't.
Yeah,
He wanted to
he deserved
get
it.
Yeah, I think he realizes that team as constructed can be special.
Can be special.
Can be special, and
Yeah.
it's young enough
And
to
young.
where the contracts aren't a problem yet.
Yeah.
So I think he goes back to Sacramento.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say if Tobias doesn't go to Philly, like I said, I have him going to the 76ers.
Okay.
With Butler moving, they need that wing presence, particularly one that can shoot. Like we always saying that. He goes there now. Ben Simmons can get him to his spots to give him the ball to make those open shots because that is a strength of his.
Hell
He
yeah.
can really shoot the ball,
Yeah, he
which
can.
they haven't had outside of JJ Redick.
That's it. Yeah.
So he'll step in and he'll also be able to play on the other end of the floor.
Sure.
He'll be able to play
Straps.
defense and be able to
Seatbelts.
score.
Yeah.
See belts.
So I can see him going to the Philadelphia 76ers.
For sure. Number 11, Julius Randle, 24 years old, unrestricted free agent.
Gotta speak up. You gotta have it. Say that one more time, Weezy.
Pizzazz.
Julius Randle, 24 years old, unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
Julius Randle took the NBA by storm last year. 21, 10, played in a 1-year prove-it contract.
And proved it.
And proved it, man. I think he's I think the Lakers missed out and they let him walk last year. And it wouldn't be a lot of looking at the 4 position if Julius Randle was there. It wouldn't be a lot of ballyhoo about that. So I think, man, this is tough for me too, man. But with Julius Randle, with everything, the pieces that goes the right way, I have him signed with Portland.
I was thinking about that.
I have him signing with Portland. They really need a player like
perfect
Julius
worst
Randle.
They do.
Yeah.
That's
They
perfect
need
worst
him
scenario.
bad.
They need him. I just wonder if they can pay him. But
That's it.
picking up that Bazemore contract. But I think Julius Randle, man, would take a little less money to play for a team like
A
Portland.
contender.
Yeah.
I think he goes get his bag
Yeah.
and becomes a Knickerbocker.
I can see that too.
He goes and gets his bag. Young team. They strike. I don't have them getting anybody else, like any big names. And he goes up there and flourishes.
Yeah.
He, the RJ, Dennis Smith,
Yeah.
Kevin,
Knox.
Knox.
Yeah.
I mean, not a playoff team right now,
Yeah.
but
Good pieces.
they grow together. And Julius only 24 years
24
old.
years old, man.
That's
He'll get another
crazy.
contract.
Yeah, he'll get another
Yeah.
contract.
Another
Yeah,
contract.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I had him going to Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that.
With the exit of TJ Warren, they need a 4, and they need a true 4, not a stretch 4, because they've had this true 4 all this time. So now you give Phoenix a real 4 that's versatile but can still be a scorer, which helps Devin Booker take some pressure off him offensively. And then you put him along with DeAndre Ayton. That's your front court, your 4 and your 5 right there. And Phoenix has the money to pay him. Like you said, they can give him the bag. And that makes them better instantly.
Yeah.
So I have them going to Phoenix.
So, all right, let's move on to the next person, which is DeAndre Jordan. He's 30 years old. Damn, he's a 30.
Is he a free agent every year?
Unrestricted
Pretty
free,
much.
signed
He
1
signed
year
him to
deal.
short deals.
Yep. Where's he going, guys?
Back to Dallas.
Back to Dallas.
Back to
Really?
Dallas.
Okay.
Not a big money deal.
Yeah.
But enough to because they got rid of him because they wanted to clear out contract space.
For sure.
They wanted him.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to pay his contract anymore. That's how he ended up with the Knicks.
Yeah.
So to me, he fit their scheme. He knows the offense. He knows the system. Luka can make him look great. The role that he played with Chris Paul is still there to be played in the NBA.
Sure.
They need defense. If you can't get Al Horford, can't afford Al Horford, go get DeAndre Jordan.
Yep.
I have him going to Sacramento. With Willie Cauley-Stein coming out and saying he intends to leave and become an unrestricted free agent, they're going to need a 5 to replace him.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have the trio of Fox, Hill, and Bagley, like you mentioned earlier. He can come in and be a veteran presence for them.
Okay.
He gives them an inside presence that doesn't necessarily demand the ball because he's not a just give the ball to, let him go score.
Yeah.
Right.
But with Fox and Hill, they can make it easy for him, penetrate, throwing those lobs to him, and he gives them another defensive presence.
Yeah.
So I have him going to Sacramento.
I like Sacramento.
Yeah. I have him going to the Rockets for everything that Locke said about Al Horford going there. Sign a Trey Capella, get him out of there, use those pieces to take care of cap space, and you sign a person who loves Chris Paul, is used to playing with him, a person that's not going to demand a lot of shots, throw lobs up, he can defend.
Right.
He's also a little bit of his athleticism that kept him on USA teams, things of that nature as a rim protector. But him with the Rockets makes so much sense. He's from Houston. It's the best thing. Yeah, so I got him going in there. Sure.
Okay. Let's move on to another one of Jay's guys.
My guy.
Nikola Vucevic,
Yeah.
28 years old, unrestricted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he going?
I have him going to Boston.
Woo!
With Al Horford leaving, they have a vacancy at that big spot. They have the money to pay him. He's been in Orlando doing his thing, so he wants to go to a team that has the capability to win because he's just been down there putting up numbers but hasn't had any playoff opportunity.
Yeah.
So they're going to need scoring with Kyrie leaving.
Right.
He's going to be able to do the things that Al Horford does, like you mentioned earlier, playing defense,
Right.
but he's going to be an offensive threat also.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Boston.
I don't know why I thought he would stay.
Yeah. So in Orlando.
Yeah, they made the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
They're making all they're making the right moves for once.
Right.
Orlando, but I guess he had enough. So I don't know.
I got Voos going to the Sacramento Kings to
Okay.
replace Willie Cauley-Stein. I think they just need a guy like Voos that you can throw the ball down low, get a bucket. Dude, he's had an 8-year career that nobody talks about but me. And Voos is my guy. And I'm just trying to figure out a way why he can get a little bit more publicity playing with Buddy, playing with De'Aaron Fox, man, be great there. And, the owner is not the owner. We're not
General
calling him
manager.
the
Chairman.
GM is of Vlade
Vlade
Divac. Yeah, so he's from Montenegro. So he's used to being around players like that. They got a bunch of players on that team that are international players as well, man. So Voos going there with the Kings, man, it'll be perfect.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
What about Portland?
They have they got the Joker, but they got Nurkic.
Yes.
Yusuf Nurkic. Yeah.
Guess not Portland.
Next, we have DeMarcus Cousins,
Where am I go?
28 years old, unrestricted free agent. What do you think he's going to do?
Cousins, man, he's had an up and down season returning from those Achilles. Teams are really on the fence after that injury during the actual playoffs, made it even worse. So Boogie showed some real hard playing in
he
those
did.
finals. But I think he wants a max deal. I think he's going to have to do another 1 year prove it.
Yep.
And I have him doing a 1 year prove it with the OKC Thunder.
Off my list.
Hot.
Because they're going to have to get rid of one of those guys, either Adams, Schroeder, or Andre Roberson.
Yeah.
So in turn, you sign Boogie for, I think he'll sign for maybe 10, 12. You bring in Boogie, man, playing with those guys. It'll be a sight for angry people. But yeah, I got him either going there or the Mavs if they strike out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Makes total sense because you got to move Adams or Roberson. Probably both. Yeah, probably both actually, because nobody's going to take on this Schroeder contract. I mean, I don't see that happening. So yeah, it makes total sense. So if you move them to clear out some space, and then you convince Boogie to sign for the same thing, and he actually plays a season, gets in shape.
Yeah.
By mid-season, he's back to 80% of what DeMarcus Cousins was. The playoff run, that he gets his big money the next time.
Yeah, man.
Next time out.
Only thing is getting a little longer in the tooth is each year, man. So these 1 year prove it deals.
But he still got 20 in front of his year though. You know what I mean? So yeah, it helps him buy some time.
I got a 1 year approval deal in Dallas.
Yeah.
If they strike out everybody else, you're right.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't think it's gonna work. I think his attitude will, Porzingis and Boogie.
Yeah.
Ain't Luka.
Now Luke's cool.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I had him staying in Golden State 1 year deal.
Really?
Yeah, with KD leaving.
A lot of touches.
Klay is not going to be playing. If he does, it'll be late. Yeah. And like you said, he'll get the touches now. And it still keeps them having an inside-out presence with Steph there. Draymond, this is going to be Draymond. And he's going to get a lot of more balls. And this will be the first time in a few years that he'd be able to start from the beginning and play healthy. So I have him staying in Golden State on a 1 year deal.
You know what? If he stays in Golden State, that whole year off they talking about,
ain't no year off.
Ain't no year off.
Exactly.
Ain't no year off because he gonna work his way into shape during the season.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Can they offer him the max?
No.
Nobody offer him the max?
No. Nobody's
They can, but
nobody's giving him.
Not after that.
Not after that.
Keep injuring himself.
Yeah.
It's the same age as KD. Yeah, that's mind boggling.
But you saw him play, and you saw he couldn't.
Right.
You saw he was out of shape. You saw he couldn't have no. You saw he didn't have any lift. So with KD, it's the factor of the unknown. Like you haven't seen him out there.
I'm mesmerized that I think KD's took a step above, man. With this injury, and he still can get offered a max deal. That's amazing to me.
Yep. Last but not least, we have Ricky Rubio, the legend, 28 years old.
Another one of your guys.
Another one of my guys. This is the unrestricted free agent of J-Hope for sure. It's J-Hope year for sure.
Oh my gosh,
my guy Ricky Rubio. Where is he going, man? Some of the shine is setting in on my boy. I think playing with Donovan Mitchell, you pass him the ball, got my boy assists down. Yeah, career average 9 assists. He only averaged 7 assists. He's shooting the ball more. But the thing is, he's an offensive playmaker who needs to be around people that can actually play. You know? So, he needs to get a big time contract. And I think Orlando will give him the contract that he wants.
I don't want to see him go there, though.
He's going to Orlando.
Here's your Phoenix guy.
Hell no, he's not going there.
That's your Phoenix guy. Because nobody else is gonna give it to him. Pause. Like that's where he goes to be a point and run a team and set them up, be somewhat of a veteran. No, not somewhat. Be a veteran presence on that team that needs it. Yeah. That's your Phoenix guy.
If they
He's got playoff
out,
experience.
Yeah. If they strike out and don't get any of the top point guards, D'Angelo Russells, hell, we can go a little, man.
Not getting Kemba.
Yeah, you're not getting Kemba.
Not getting Kyrie.
I don't see how in the world they get Kyrie or D'Lo.
Yeah. So
Ricky Rubio.
I agree. I had the same exact thing for all the Reggie said. I don't think they're going to get those point guards. I don't think they're going to go there, or I just don't think they want to go there.
That's it.
Unless they are forced there on a sign of trade, something like that. But like you said, Booker needs a point guard.
He does, in the worst way.
He needs somebody that can get him the ball in spots that he needs to get it. Rubio's going to do that. Rubio will make DeAndre Ayton look great playing that pick and roll.
I agree.
So I have him going to Phoenix for all the same reasons.
Yeah. Phoenix sounds good to me. That's what I'm at with.
I bet.
Phoenix sounds great. Good job, Coach.
Shit, I bet.
But that is the 2019 NBA free agency show. Should have just not even said it. Man, you know, always good to see. I've never been as excited about a free agency period like this one. A lot of really great players, a lot of intrigue. I'm excited to see what happens at the deadline here at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So we'll see exactly what's going on. As far as, you know what sucks, though? Not one player was mentioned to go to Chicago Bulls.
Nah.
Not one. And we got $22 million in cap space.
But that's what? 150 other players still out there. You got.
He don't want none of the 150.
Get some good Willie Cauley-Steins in Chicago.
That's not gonna do it.
Yeah, we don't need him.
I'm just saying.
Well,
you can get some guys of that ilk.
What?
It's not gonna help him turn the corner.
Wow.
Who's gonna sign first out of the top 3 or 4?
Clay?
Yeah.
Other than Clay.
Oh,
Who's
I
gonna be
think
second
Kawhi.
then?
I think Kawhi signs second.
Really?
Yeah, KD signs last.
You think so?
I think
gonna
Kawhi
take his
and
time.
KD stretch this out to Thursday, Friday. They don't make a move for a
It's
while.
a long time.
Damn.
Oh, it's a week, man.
Yeah, they got visited 4 teams.
Yeah.
They both said they visited 3 to 4 teams.
Yeah.
Unless they've already started illegally. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
Oh, you know they have.
That is
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
They on the set of Space Jam right now.
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Draymond gets traded this summer too, y'all.
Wow. Hot take.
This week?
Nah, this summer.
Before the season starts, he gets traded.
Hot take.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they traded him for somebody like Aaron Gordon and like Mo Bamba to Orlando.
If Draymond go to Orlando,
He'll be
he
sick.
would retire.
Yeah, he'll be sick.
He would
he
retire.
be happy he got his money.
He would
but-
not play in Orlando.
Oh my
man.
God! Damn, you hear a lot
Man,
of
you
people
talk about
saying,
going to the projects.
The bricks.
Yeah,
Jesus,
kept you guys a little longer.
man.
But,
free agent shows
free
are always
agent
like that.
Yeah, Lock is your last show.
Yeah, man.
Well, you be back.
I always,
I always bounce back, bro.
I always be back.
Yeah, for sure. That's it, man. Weezy, like, happy to have you back, man, in the saddle.
Yes, sir.
Jeff's here. Sure.
Jeff's here.
Cameraman,
Fist this
you ready to
time.
go? All
Nah,
right.
he want me to throw
Yeah, he
the
trying to get out of here.
He want me to throw the
He got something with a big.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, most definitely.
In the gym, look
Got a
at
little-
in the gym over there. Look
You
at
got a
him.
little too.
that shirt.
Got a little attitude. You know what I'm saying? A little spicy.
That's spice.
Spicy camera.
Six.
Yeah.
Pink
Oh, he
spicy.
been in the gym a little bit. Look at
In
him.
the gym, bro.
So shirt.
He ain't coming this week.
Oh, he did.
Leave it to Jay to ruin the moment. 5 killer.
Yeah, so, now tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe, but more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell the workout friends.
Mm-hmm. Wheezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Coach Lock.
Get his drummer song.
Most definitely, man. The revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.